Hello everybody, Darren here, and welcome back to Manor Lords, more specifically, the thriving little town of Swords on this crisp spring morning. Check it out. What's different? It's not raining. For once, we have 5 minutes of sunshine enlightening our town here, allowing us to really soak in some of the crisp details. It's beautiful. Now, it's beautiful when it rains too, but goddamn, is it visually noisy and hard to kind of enjoy the atmosphere when it's just beating you down relentlessly. But pretty happy with all this now. This place is just looking so good. I've been just roaming around, taking screenshots, soaking it all in, and of course, if we were to pop over to our second little city, the humble village of Swords, the farming town of Swords, which is now growing very organically around the farmhouse itself. Multiple burgage plots are now up and running. We, of course, today want to be focusing on getting some of these to level 2. So, in order to do that, we got to think about the placement for the church, and we need to provide some clothing variety. We haven't actually done that yet. So, second type of food, that'll come naturally. We can see people are out there harvesting their vegetables since they planted them. Some people actually managed to plant them right before winter struck in the previous episode. And it's March now, so they're able to kind of pull up some of the carrots or whatever else they get during the winter, I guess. Anyway, with all that going ahead, it's great. We should get 2 types of food variety. That should be no problem. But we do need a church, and we do need clothing. So, we have a few hides. We've got 9. I've turned off the hide trade at the trading post, so we can actually just refine it now into leather at the tannery. So we have to decide where we're going to do that. Now, I haven't really thought about it too much. We currently have 21 living space and 17 families. So we'll have to think about new houses soon enough. I'm thinking the church is going to go somewhere right here with all these trees. We're currently waiting for a logging camp to be built to fell those trees. You can, of course, just flatten them with buildings. I kind of like to do it more naturally where we actually try to get the materials. So we're going to kind of wait for that. In the meantime, we're also... What's the word? I was going to say decolonizing, but we're moving out of this area, right? This is our starting area. It did the job. I'm thinking that we'll probably leave, like, logging industry here, and we have the hunting camp here because there are animals just over that side of things. There's the clay deposit. The berries are here. So there's a reason to have this open and active as part of industry, and maybe, like, a trail that goes through. Maybe get rid of some of the trees on the, between the two. So open up the area just a little bit and connect the 2 regions, as it were, within the one region that we have here. Anyway, that's basically the plan. That's what we're doing. That's what we're focusing on for now. We have our men-at-arms patrolling around, making sure everyone's behaving, making sure everyone's safe. Let's think of it that way. No one's paying taxes yet, so it's all good. You know, we're not beating down on them yet, but they're doing good work. Let's just do something like that. Keep them patrolling. How good is this? Oh my god. I just love it. I love seeing these guys walking around. When we go into the cinematic view and just watching them follow the road and stuff is so cool. It's like, yeah, we're working, don't worry. And as soon as they get out of sight, they're like, whew, I can take a break. Anyways, let's look at the state of our farms, actually. So currently they're about halfway through the growing process. We would expect to be harvesting in autumn, of course. So we'll actually see the crops kind of coming through the soil and everything as we get into summer. Of course, wouldn't you know it, it's raining, but at least we got to enjoy the little intro there with the sun. Alright, I'm just trying to think, are any of these houses not done yet? That's burgers plot level 1, they're okay. There is room for a second plot on these, but like I said, we're just going to focus now on the logging camp. We have a trading post, and we're going to have a livestock trading post. We have 100 regional wealth. As soon as the livestock trading post is up and running, we're going to be bringing in sheep. We'll put them out on the pasture. Once we get our next milestone, just by building 2 level 2 burgage plots, I'll probably go for either fertilization or sheep breeding. Probably fertilization. It's a chicken and egg thing, isn't it? If you get sheep breeding, I guess they just multiply themselves, and then you can get the fertilization. Yeah, chicken and egg. But we could always just keep buying sheep, so it's... I think maybe fertilization is where I'm leaving, and we'll just buy the sheep until we can do the sheep breeding ourselves. I think that might be a little easier, maybe. But, tell me why I'm wrong in the comments, huh? I know people love to do that. I'm only joking. I've actually got an extremely positive... Oh my goodness. Well, that's it. We fell out of the sky. It's GG from here. And we're actually looking at those leaves I was complimenting in the last episode. I give you guys thrilling and riveting conversation here while I'm playing games. We talk about leaves. I talk about how I don't know how anything is made. And how I can't survive in the wild. And I don't understand charcoal burning. And everyone corrects me on it. Or informs me about it, because I didn't even have an opinion. But appreciate people being here nonetheless. Hey, look, if you want to ask me about space, I got some answers for you. I don't really know much about medieval history specifically. The day-to-day life of medieval people. But, you know, you can ask me a little bit about a black hole. I can tell you kind of how it works. Right, anyways, a lot of people actually ask me to go back to and play Stellaris. I'm kind of waiting for a Stellaris 2, damn it. They sit on these games for 10 years and they become bloated and old, and I get kind of sick of them. So I'd like, I still like Stellaris, but I really loved my playthrough, and I'd really much rather just do something with something new, or do a completely different playstyle than I did before. So maybe. Oh, and Homeworld 3 is around the corner, so there's some space stuff, so maybe might play that. Anyways, just trying to think what I'm actually going to focus on here. I'm kind of stalling. So, food is coming up slowly. The berries have almost fully grown. So let's put another family on that. I don't want to see that hitting 64. We want to keep it down. Trading post has everybody on it. We could actually hire a horse. Sure. Oh my god, the amount of money we have. What the hell happened there? Did we sell our shoes? Oh yeah, we did. And hey, check out the ale, 103. Pretty good. So in the previous episode, for a reminder for people, or if you didn't see it, we had something like 250 shoes, so we must have sold through pretty much 150. And then the ale was down all the way to 19. It looks like we've made up for that. It's now up to 103. Not much. I didn't let time play between episodes or anything. I just don't recall it going up that fast. But hey, not going to complain. It's pretty good. Anything left to do here? How many houses? 78 living space with 71, is it? People. We've leveled this up to level 3. It's looking amazing. This is still level 2. I kind of think maybe leave that level 2 just on the edge there. Maybe. I'm afraid at what kind of level 3 building will appear there, and I just quite like the aesthetic that we have going for us right now. The large storehouse. I know that we're going to wrap around this way. We've got tons of material to do that. We're actually... Okay, we're burning through way too much at the saw pit, so let's turn that off for a little bit. At the joiner's shop, I'm going to turn this back on, and we're actually going to make some shields. We might sell some, although we don't really need the money. We're going to turn back on the blacksmith, and we're going to make tools, because I noticed as well, we have 170 iron slabs, so might as well make something that we can just sell. As for what we're going to buy, I mean, we could keep buying livestock, but I can't do anything with it, really. I was hoping by now we'd start seeing, get some yarn, but I don't know what's going on. When do they do it? It's March now. It's April. They just say waiting, waiting, waiting. They're weavers. Let me read about this. Weaver workshop. Workers use wool to produce yarn and flax to produce linen. Okay. But how do we get the wool? Is there another stage in between this? Perhaps the farm? Is the farm the building that does the actual wool extraction, as it were? Possibly. I mean, let's have a look at the farming category. So, field. Fair enough, makes sense. Farmhouse. They plow the fields as soon as winter passes, but no later than November. Then they sow them with the chosen crop. Harvest happens around September. Okay, nothing about animals in there. A pasture provides pasture space for livestock. A sheep farm. Workers collect wool from grazing sheep. Well, there you go. Alright, cool. Sorry to the people who might have been shouting that in the last episode, but we'll just pop one down next to the manor. Is that a problem? No. Right, damn, wish I knew that. We just had them sitting there. But at least I know now. I'll tell you what, we'll get another pasture. Why the hell not? And I don't know. Actually, you tell me what, we'll just make this organic. Let's bring this out. Just connect it in there. Try to follow that contour line maybe a bit. And then we'll just wrap this all up with a big fat pasture. Into the four corners, as it were. Alright. So that's pasture space for 41 sheep. So I want 62, please. So let's import all those bad boys. And we don't have sheep breeding, but you can buy lamb, which is interesting. Anyway, with the sheep farm, I guess that's where we're going to get our wool. Then they'll bring that over towards the weavers. Take them off for now. And that'll make us what we need. I don't even know why we need that. I mean, it's just really to sell it. But we actually have... Because money was getting low. Now we've got so much. It's like, well... Now it doesn't really matter, but... Sure, be nice to just get everything in the game that you can. It's tempting to try and get dyes, but you need to use berries for that, and it feels like a bit of a waste of berries if you could be eating them instead. Speaking of berries, we have 61 here. Let's get another family on that. That leaves us with 2. How's it going out here? We want to declutter this area. So there's a marketplace here. There's no houses around, so let's get rid of it. Ooh, well, I tried to click off it, but I was too late. I was going to say, we've just left the goods out here in a pile now. It's not too bad, but it is a waste. 17 berries and stuff just going to go to ruin. Got a bunch of logs out here. We have an ox. The granary is disabled. 35 berries in that. This is disabled as well. So again, I don't know if it makes a difference, but we're just going to say X to all of that. Don't store anything in there anymore, please. The storehouse could maybe stay, but anyway, we'll just get rid of these things. Food consumed. God, talk about the rain now. If I just pause it, I mean, this is insane. It actually looks like we might be getting a storm coming, thinking about it, because this is extremely torrential heavy rain. Speaking of heavy rain, shout out to the 2008 Quantic Dream game with that name. Pretty good, Jason. Anyway, I never set up a tannery. Okay, I apologize. We'll calm down now. We'll go ASMR mode and just relax. So tannery needs to be built. We have to decide where this is going to go. Okay, so if we will do industry out here, we're going to get hides from the wild animals there. Maybe we'll have some houses somewhere along here with goats, possibly, and that could kind of keep these things somewhat together. So yeah, we'll place it near and next to the hunting camp, which is right there. Connect them just like that, and then we'll make some new roads out this way in the future. But there you go. So tannery under construction. Oh, the rain has stopped, actually. That's nice. So hopefully we can turn some of those hides into leather, provide the guys with a new clothing type. That should be all good. Where are the builders, by the way? What are they doing? 34% on that, 0% on this. Nothing should be building over here. By the way, I found out something super interesting about this game that I did not know. So, there's a button here called Reassign Family to a Different Workplace. Now, I'm an idiot, right? We all know that. I never clicked this because I thought like, oh, you click it and it's just going to automatically redesignate the family. That's not the case. You can choose who goes where. I mean, that is game-changing. I just found that out when I clicked it myself last night, and I was like, what? That's insane. Anyway, so, large granary here. Let's take a family off that. Large storehouse, take a family off that. We could say that this family, this plot, these people, if we say reassign, right? They're farmers right now. Which means they're probably working in the farmhouse, I would assume, right? They're probably one of these families. Which is totally fine, because they don't do anything most of the year except work their own things. Actually, that's kind of perfect. But what I was going to say is, just as an example, we could click these guys and say reassign. Now it says select a new workplace. And it's like, okay. Family reassigned successfully. There they are. Click this now. Granary worker. How good is that? We can make people work where they live. That's perfect. I just can't believe you can actually do that. I didn't think they would let you do it, because I kind of thought, like, well, that's too optimal. That's too, like, I'm going to force you to work where you live, you know? I thought it was kind of more organic, like they just kind of figure it out themselves, and maybe they try to live where they work, but I suppose they take a house, and that's kind of it. Anyway, it's great, because so much over here, I was like, oh, we have a storehouse. So we could say that that's the storehouse worker. But we could actually say that. It's like, I just didn't know. So there's 4 families here. This is a lot of micromanagement, but just even on this one building, let's reduce that all down. And I'll say these guys are woodcutters. Okay. Reassign a family to here. Reassign this family to here. Right? And that's going to be the 2... It was only 2 families here, right? Yeah, that's the 2 that live there. Then we've got 2 that live here. And we could do the same thing. Tanner and Forager. So you're going in there. And you're going in there. Now, the question is... I didn't actually pay attention to these numbers, but do we have a free spot in the tannery now? And then we had a forager. I already can't remember if we had how many people we had assigned here. Possibly 3, actually, yeah. So I'm just wondering, does it take them off and not replace those? It seems to be the case. We also had woodcutters. Now, I remember this was full. Yeah, okay, so it's not reassigning. That's fine. I don't mind that. That's fine. As long as we can see who we're taking them off from, and we can just put them back on. Totally cool. But it's great, isn't it? How good is that? Warehouse worker, warehouse worker. You live right where you work. Dream job. Yeah, we could do the same for like the tavern keeper. He could be living right across. You know, I think that's so cool. 2 families here, and there's like no family living there. But yeah, so I might go around and maybe reshuffle things a little bit. Not get too crazy with it, but just where it really makes sense. Like we're right next door, maybe just live there. So yeah, just thought that was kind of neat. Whew, anyways. It pays to click the buttons in the games, I guess. So, I like the idea that the people out here that all have their big vegetable plots are just farmers. That's perfect, because, as we were talking about earlier, they tend to their own fields during, like, the years where you're not tending to the farms. Or, sorry, the months where you're not tending to the farms. So it's perfect. They're always working on farms, then. It's either their own or the main ones. I love that. That's like, it couldn't be a more ideal situation. So, it'll be a lot of micromanagement, but I'm going to do that. I'm going to make sure everyone is assigned to this place, and it will be full eventually. We'll just be assigned to their own plots, and I'll probably just leave them there all year round. And that way, it might seem like it's somewhat inefficient, they're not really doing much, like they're working their own fields. But I think it'll help, because their plots are quite big. And they're remaining as farmers, so I think that'd be kind of cool. Anyways, did we ever build that Tanner? Yes, we did. It's going down out there. Cool. Alright, speed of time again. So, the logging camp is done now, so we'll just put 1 person on that for now. We'll tell this to go roughly in this area here, please. We're making our little trades, which is nice. Logging camp there is empty, that's fine. Saw pit. Maybe empty that out, we've got too much at the moment. Logging camp there is empty. Granary disabled. Woodfitter's Lodge. Yeah, so we're not bringing in any new firewood at the moment. That's okay, we'll just leave it for a little bit. The tannery's almost done. Then all construction can finish. So new market stalls are going up, which is what we like to see. Dude, I keep getting spun around here, sorry. There we go. First couple stalls are up. Across from their storage buildings. My liege. It's very 40k. Very Warhammery. That never gets old, right? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Alright. Enough Warhammer. 140 stone. At least we're still positive. We're going to be growing. So yeah, I just have to... I'm just trying to think, do we have what we need for an actual church? I think so, based on the amount of logs... Or sorry, planks we have. Yep. So I'm thinking there's a bit of an incline up to this place, and there's a road I noticed that curves up here, but I can't remove that road. And there is a hill here. This is like at the top of the hill, but this would be a nice place for the manor of the Knoll, I think. So church down below, I'd be okay with that. Somewhere kind of down here. Just want to clear a few of those trees myself. So maybe we'll just be very specific and say like right there, please. And that's the livestock trading. Cool. Alright, we'll just speed up time because we're just kind of waiting on a few things now. Waiting on more people to move in. And we'll get that town... Oh, it's still not done yet. What are they waiting on? Nothing really, just to finish the construction. Livestock trading post is done. Wow, that was quick. Went from nothing to just being there. Suddenly. So, trade. Sheep. Import. I want 10. 10, please. That'll be 300. We currently have 130. What are you carrying? Firewood. Swords. Construction finished. Sheep farm. Speaking of sheep, here we are. Boom. 1 family on that. Wow, we've got 10 unassigned families. Let's get 2 on that. Let's get 2 on that. Get to work, lads. I want stables across the board, please. Stability. Stable. The pack station. We've got our mules. They're just chilling. That's nice. Yeah, we're not sending anything at the moment. I'll be able to read the comments of the last couple episodes after this one. So if anyone had suggestions about what to set them up with, I'll see that next. But for this game, I'm trying to record them in just batches of 3. And you can get those episodes early, if you are so inclined. Just trying to see what else. No, I think we're good. Population-wise, are we able to field the full units now? No, we're 4 men short. Okay, we're almost there. I assume that's what they're... Oh no, they look like they're lacking pole arms. Maybe I didn't make enough. Yeah, we're lacking 4 pole arms. Okay. Let's make some. You know what? This game would be so fun multiplayer. Even just co-op. If you had a more challenging enemy playing a co-op, it's like, okay, alright bro, alright friend, alright guy, I'm gonna make the pole arms, you know, you provide me with the metal, we'll kind of work synergistically. Yeah, that's right, I said it. Together, and, you know, coordinate to go on a coordinated combined attack. Oh my god, we're below 50%. Lack of entertainment. How is that even possible? We've got 119 ale. Who's not being entertained right now? Granary's full. What's going on here? Oh, is it literally full? No. So I've paused the building and now something's happening. Unpause? There seems to be someone inside it, hogging it. Jerry Kirchhoff, transporting berries. A trader. Why would a trader be transporting berries? Jerry? What's going on? Jerry Kirchhoff, transporting, trader. Where do you... So you work there. Where's your home? Home is there. Maybe we could give you a new job. I don't know what we could give you. You want to work on the malt house? Just get out of there for now. Maybe we can force him out. Family reassigned successfully. Oh yeah, looks like too many are piling in there. Oh my god, the barrels, they're rolling. It's like Donkey Kong out here. Wow, yeah, Jerry was holding everybody up. Hate to put you on blast, Mr. Kirchhoff. Now, to be fair, we don't know if it was him. It might have been the person he was standing next to or something, but like clearly they were getting blocked. There was a bit of a queue. It's interesting. It's quite a busy granary, so I could see maybe why that would happen. It's kind of like at the very start of the episode, I saw those two women kind of getting not quite stuck on each other, but they slowed down massively. At least we solved it. They're back out and running around now. Good. Yeah, that's strange. It's like lack of entertainment. No one has like ale because nobody brought it to the tavern. Now they're just rolling it on up the hill. Which is what you want to see, huh? Look at them all going. Where are you going with that? She's got her own. She's bringing it home. Sakasi. Who we have? Mr. Deuce. Chad Peterson. Lawrence. Is Lawrence one of mine? It might be. Might not be. PXX Rich. That's definitely one of mine. Sir Dr. Homo. Yep, that's one of mine. Oh, when you nail the pull back and pull in. Perfect. And the pull out. Alright, let's move back that way. Let's keep the patrol going. How are we getting on now? Has the livestock been brought in yet? Nope, not yet. Logging camp is doing its thing. Chopping those trees down. Let's get another family on this. I don't know if there's any more construction left to be done, so we're just kind of waiting now on clearing the trees, building the church, and providing the leather for people. And then we want to make a few extra houses that can actually have goats, just so we have another supplemental income of hides. Because otherwise we just won't have enough for clothing, really. I suppose that's what sheep will do, though, right? We'll have that. We have that sheep farm up here. Pasture space 5. They can get the wool for us. So that'd be good. Yeah, I'm interested to see. I can't wait to have these on rotation. So sheep in the sheep farm, getting the wool, living out on the pasture, being put on the fields during the fallow years. Almost sounds too good to be true, to have it all working in unison like that. Alright, we're going to come down this way. I don't know why I'm being so particular with this, but it's cool to watch them and follow when we can. Up by the windmill. Look at this. So good. Look at our market now. It's like almost completely filled out. Like in terms of the dirt ground. Used to be like a heavy part of it was grass. So there's only 23 locations left. There was 65 or something like that when we first put this down. It's a lot of stalls, man. A lot of stalls. It's a lot of peddlers. Selling stuff all the time. And we're back over our 50%, which is good. It'll take a while for the taxation to die out and the lack of entertainment to die out. The food variety's crapped up now again as well. We've got meat, veg, berries, eggs. That's good. I guess what we could do is just have a look, is there any properties without anything at the back of them? No. But we do have a lot of money, 4,000. So let's just begin the process now of starting to circle out another group of houses and stuff out this way. So I'm just trying to think where that should go. This is kind of a little industrial area, so maybe connecting the roads. Actually, we could actually literally connect the roads. Let's do that. Go forward this way, cram into that one, cram around, into there, keep it moving. Don't see any contour lines up here, so just try to shape it. Just trying to think. There's the King's Road there, so maybe around the patch of grass is where you could say that happened. So that's a way out to the King's Road. Alright, straight up. Now, we'd also need to try and loop it around this way somehow, or at least get it to feed in, yeah, from here. I'm gonna say, actually, I'm just gonna go straight out this way. And that's our sort of bypass, as it were. Our medieval bypass. Alright, cool. How about that? So, we could have a bunch of houses here. Some of the ones on the outskirts can then have bigger plots to them. These ones might be a little bit more built up. So we might do the outside ones first, actually. Although, hopefully that's not too far from the market. I did say also that we want to kind of come around this side. If we can squeeze through. It looks like we just about can. Past the tavern. Maybe we'll just go up alongside the side of the church here. How can we link into that? I suppose what we could do is do something like this. That alright? It's a little messy, maybe we might clean it up in the future. There's a trail that comes out the back here, so we'll just go like this. And maybe we can have a priest living in one of these places or something. Alright, cool. Sure, that's good enough. Now, we'll still need a road kind of cutting between these areas, so something like that. Around the back of the tavern. Little back tavern alleyway. All sorts of debauchery going on over there. Yeah, cool. Alright, so let's go with some houses. Burkage plot. Let's just see what happens if we lay this out. I'll lay it out. Well, it doesn't really matter what side, because we're going to rotate it anyway. Depending on what we can fit. So something like that. So there's some plots at the back here. The houses will be on top of the tavern, or should they be around this way? So they're facing each other. People were saying, or one person really, it was just saying like, oh, maybe like the plots are back to back with an alley between them. Let's try that then. I'll give in. Now, just before I do, let me just play around with this for a second. Let's go with that. Nice and compact. Dick. Alright, and then we'll do kind of the same here, but facing the opposite direction. So we're going to loop around basically this way. Oh my god, what a mess. There we go. That looks a lot better. And then another group here. Cool. That is a load of houses going in now around this way. Still need more to go in there, and then I want bigger plots out this way that are going to have some farms and stuff. So that can provide some veg, because we're getting a little low on food just locally here. So we could do some pretty big ones, thinking about it. So we could just have a couple houses here with really large plots at the back. This might be better though. 1, 2, 3. They're not massive, but they're big enough, and I'm happy enough with the size and the layout here. So it goes those 3. So those ones, if anything, these will have a higher priority. We'll get planting these ones sooner. Anyway, that should keep... Whoa. Big autosave. Anyway, that should keep us busy for quite a while building out this direction. I should hope so. And we'll see if that market's too far from them or not. Because I would say the market being here, we know that these houses were struggling to get to the market. So now we've just put one all the way over there. It's even further. I'd say this is probably more approximate to this house. You know, from there to there, to the market being central. In fact, if I just zoom in on the market centrally, it's pretty much the middle of my screen now. So we can say this is the middle of my screen. And we know that these houses were just a little too far for certain things. They have fuel, actually, just fine. So the question is, yeah, Yeah, these ones should be fine. That one maybe might be a little rough on the edge. I guess we'll just see. We'll feel it out, see how far they go. But if worst comes to worst, maybe we'll put another market over there or something. Anyway, it should slow things down. So that's a lot of building that's going to be happening now. A lot of people are going to be able to move in here. Now, to get the ball... Wow, these are done already. So to get the ball rolling, veg, and veg. So 3 larger vegetable plots there. And then when we get some time, we'll look over some of these ones and add some chickens. Because they're quite small. They don't have big plots at the back. Nice. Alright, cool. Loving it. How are the troops? They've made it back. Wow, they did their little circle around. I gave them like a really long route like this. And they actually... I don't know how many waypoints there are, but they seem to be able to just keep going. Which is great. I gave them much... So I gave them a really long route before. It went all the way like up and around and then back down here. It seems like they had no problem following it, actually. Their effectiveness is getting kind of low. Why is that? Climbing and cohesion. Oh, that's okay. They'll figure that out. Right, so we've cleared this area. Love it. Let's get our church down. Love that. In fact, almost don't want to build or cut down any more trees there. So let's just move this really quickly. I want you to go through this way. I hope I never cut through the berry deposits. I don't know if you can, but that would be devastating if we got rid of it by accident. Alright, so we're still in June at the moment, so I can't see any little sprouts coming up in the fields just yet. Not yet, but you'd expect it soon. Next month, and then the month after, we should see it turning golden in autumn. Now, we are one family... We've got room for one more family to move in, just on this particular house, but we might just extend some of these plots here, so a few extra people can be crammed in without me having to redevelop the plots completely. Hopefully that's alright. They seem to be getting their stuff just fine as well at the market. Maybe these guys are a little far out. Fuel... Uh-oh. Yeah, oh right. No one's at the storehouse anymore. But also, fuel was made out here. We really need to get someone back on that and probably... Yeah, we'll build a new one. Woodcutter's Lodge. Just somewhere out here. Just trying to think. Actually, on this area here, because we can use that in the future. So let's go like there. Start chopping that down once that's built. Now I know that I haven't left any families right now. We could just reduce one of the farmers for a little while to build. All right, it'll take a little while, but that should sprout up nicely. I wonder, can we chop down these trees? Some of them are kind of nice. I wouldn't mind leaving one or two, but they're almost like saplings. They're very young trees still. Obviously, not quite saplings, but you know what I mean. They're just small, young trees. I wonder if they naturally go away, or can they be chopped down as well? So I've created a small area for the woodcutters here, and it hasn't said, like, there's no area to chop, so we'll just see if we notice it. Let's head back over to Swords. Some of the houses are being finished up there. Oh yeah, there we go. Big expansion. Look at this. 8 families building. Lots of oxen. No shortage of getting the job done over this side of things. Now, because of that, just trying to think what we could cram in here. Maybe this could just naturally split off and go down the hill. Although part of me thinks we could have a second one of these just in over here. So maybe go more like this. Nice curve to that one. I'll do our little triangle-y thing. We create our trails. Alright, so anyway, that gives us a lot more room for extra houses with bigger plots here as well. So maybe just another couple vegetable kind of houses. I'm just trying to think which side could we start these from. Well, if we want to mirror what's happening, we could do this. And then go up to the corners. Am I missing a corner? Oh, I guess we started down there. It's not that easy then. So what we'd have to do is start something like here, go all the way to here, go up to that corner, and around to this one. And lower the amount of houses, just so the plots are bigger per family. Not that big, though. These are okay sizes for vegetable plots, I guess. We can all have 2 families living here. It's not the neatest thing. Even there, maybe. Yeah, this is a little bit better. Definitely nice big plot there. Okay, mid-sized one there and a bigger one there. That's okay. Sure, why not? Let's go for it. Oh, actually, these houses are quite farther now from a market. They're literally facing the wrong way. Like, completely the wrong way. If they're inside, maybe they'd be a bit closer, you know? The road would be like that. Although I think at this point, we're probably just too far generally. What if we rotated this way? What, with 2 big patches? That might be okay. What about there? 4 patches? I might leave that one. I'm not sold on how I've done that yet, so I'll get back to it maybe myself. We've got enough to work with now for a while anyway. So, what about these guys? They can have, like, goats, like we said, or chickens. Actually, chickens would be good, just to get the food variety. That's what we wanted. Every family here has their chickens out the back. This might be one of the only games I know that shakes the screen when you build something, but it's really good. It's quite visceral. Like, you put something down, it's like duk-dum. Feels good to build things in this. I don't know any other game that really does that. Maybe there is other games to do it, but most people don't like camera shake, but I find it quite good. Looks like we're going to get the full harvest anyway, so that's good. 60, 34, 44, and 34. Barley, 54 potentially. And then we have all the vegetables as well, of course. We only have 4 vegetables right now. 109 berries. Now, it does say the work area is empty. So I've told them to go for these trees, but they won't do it. So I guess they're too small. So instead, what we're going to do is just tell them to slowly chop through this area. Work their way out there. And then the woodcutter's lodge will do kind of the same. They've almost got everything they need. Just a bit more stone. They don't really, actually. 15 planks, 10 stone. Still a little bit to go before that church gets done. What about the... still no clothing delivered just yet. Yeah, that is a problem. Like, the tannery is so far away from our storehouse and everything, but... Something else I want to do. I'm just going to delete this building now. Bonk. Hopefully they can get those supplies. Same with the granary. It's empty now, so that's good. Ooh, and are these upgraded to tier 2? I think they already are. Yeah, I already made them level 2. That's good. So what about there? There's 14 logs there. The woodcutter's lodge. Let's just turn that off now for a bit. Logging camp, that's still off. The saw pit is off. The pack station doesn't really need to exist anymore. Just get rid of that. Oh, alright. The migration's almost done, but there's... Ooh, hey, look at this. We have our first little sheepies. So cute. 4 in total. Nice. They've been purchased. Love it. Such a nice big grazing area for them. They love it. And, so what's the deal? If we had... Can they be assigned to here if we had a family here? Sheep must first be imported via livestock trader. Yeah, so we have some, but I'm not sure how we transfer them out of here. Do I have to, like... You can't pause it. And this says going somewhere. I think they just... Yeah, walking back and forth. Yeah, I wonder how that works. Can we specifically... Or just... Do they just know to do it? Getting resources, it says. Oh, maybe they're heading out to the sheep now. It says herder. Okay, yeah, fair enough. Get my questions answered in real time. I never actually checked in on the one over here. So how's that going? Oh, there we go. Wool. Loving it. Yep, they're doing it just fine. So it doesn't have to be... They don't have to actually store them in the building themselves, which makes sense. I was just, you know, just being sure. Okay, just... Hey, look, chill. I'm just checking. All right? Just checking. And then we have balls of yarn. Love it. Yarn. Yarn 'em. So that counts as cloth supply for the first tier, actually. Wow. So Burgage plot level 1s would like some yarn. Yeah, yarn, leather, or linen. Cool. Alright. Not gonna complain. Man, since adding those houses, the place looks so much more filled out. Need to add a bunch around this side too. Break up this monotonous, layered row housing. Still really tempted to just chop off all those back gardens by deleting every house, by the way, and then rebuilding them in a bit more of a close together fashion with nothing really behind them other than other houses, and then like bigger plots the further out we go. So I think that might look better in the end. Oh no, two of my men-at-arms have gotten a little distracted. They're heading straight into someone's home. The rest of the unit's heading off that way. Oh no, another two have broken off. Just trampling through all the cabbages and the carrots. He just doesn't give AF. That's interesting that the unit kind of broke up like that and they're finding their own way. And these four are just going as the crow flies. These are the same unit and they're heading that way, and the rest of the unit's over here. Oh, going straight through the stalls. Yeah, they're a little broken up, aren't they? Let's get them together again. The animals out there, down to 9. Tannery's still doing its thing, so... We've got wool and leather. Wow, we've already got the wool. So, Weaver's Workshop, and we're set. We're making that first tier clothing then, basically. And do we have that up here? Did I build it in the farm area? Oh, we did. Oh, good. Nice. Let's put a family on that then. Although we do need to free up a family somewhere. Oh man, check out the vegetables now. Look at this. It's pristine. Perfect cabbages. And carrots. Looking real nice. Good job. Everyone's doing such a great job on their farms. Wow. And how are the actual farms doing? Are they hey, has no one... Oh, you have. You just haven't planted them yet. This one. Oh yeah, we don't have money in this region, of course. I keep forgetting that. Barley still hasn't really crept through yet. And we're still in June, I guess. Same with the wheat. Alright, we'll just keep waiting. Now, we don't have anyone on firewood right now, do we? No. Yeah, getting a little low on... I guess we've got a lot of people on the trading post. Probably way too many. So let's bring that down to 2. The same with the logging camp. Bring that down to 1. Leave some more people building. Get some people chopping wood out here. Let's get chopping. Alright, so 9 planks need to be delivered, 10 stone. Yeah, they're taking a while. New family started moving in to Burgish Plot 3. And swords. One of my favorite plots. Oh my god, the lighting. Holy crap. That sunset, man. Oh, it's perfect. Oh my god. Screenshot time. Should we look out towards it? Oh, it's so good. It just is. Can't wait for the future when everything just looks real. It's going to be amazing. It'll all be AI just pumped into our brains though, but still. We won't know the difference. Dude, Swords has 220 wool from just one pasture of 20 sheep on it? Wow. Crazy amount of hides and leather and wool. Wow. Yeah, really crazy. We could have a second cobbler if we really wanted to bang out the shoes. But we're going to hit that global supply when that update comes out on the... I think it happens on the launch version. I got to make my money now while I can. So trading post here as well. We could also maybe trade away some of the extra wool we have if we can. So wool. A route for 12, or we could just hit export. Desired surplus. Well, I suppose not really wool. It should be the yarn that we want to get rid of, right? So export yarn. My surplus, I would like to keep 20. So if you want to go over that, sell it. We'll make 4 per yarn ball. Alright, church is almost done. This one's a really scary church. Not just because of the blustery, windy weather, but I think it's just that little initial tree cover just outside of it. And definitely the thunder and lightning is helping. Who didn't finish it, by the way? Oh, there are 3 stones need to be put in to finish this job. Hopefully nothing catches fire. It's like all the fields just go ablaze. Ugh. Oh, so you actually have to specifically click fence up. Allows to use a fallow field as a pasture, which rapidly restores lost fertility. I see, so 5 planks are needed. That's good that I didn't know that. I thought it just did it automatically. That's good. So what's our problems? Exposed goods, generic storage. That's okay. And generic storage full here at the saw pit. There's one timber there. Yeah, that's just ready to be chopped up. That's fine though. Oh man, we got that blustery weather again, but what can you do? So it's July. I assume the berries aren't coming back at this point, but we'll just leave it on 1 just in case. Some might come back. Oh my god, I just realized something. I made pole arms and then I forgot to stop making them. We only needed 4. Now we've got 36 extra, so that's good. Right, so you've done a great job. Leave it. Go back on the tool making. How many iron slabs? We still have 148 iron slabs. It's really interesting, even with the blacksmith, with 4 families in here that are all blacksmiths. And they're pretty close to the bloomery and the warehouse that's right here that stores up the iron. Oh no, we've had this problem again. Too many people. Let's pause it, see if people maybe filter out of here for a bit or something. Hey, there's Jerry Kirchhoff. He's in here again, god damn it, blocking up the whole thing. Let's just pick on him again. So Jerry Kirchhoff. I don't want to unassign people here because they all have stalls. And maybe there's nothing wrong. People are coming in and going out, but these people do just seem to be standing there, all transporting pole arms, shields. They're not dumping it in properly for some reason. The storage is only half full. Now we're making tools. Yeah. We have another storehouse over here. What if I told them you're allowed to store that here then, temporarily? There's actually some stuff in here they're not supposed to put in here, but let's say, okay. Pole arms is okay here. And pole arms is not okay here? Would they reassign it? Malt house. Jerry Kirchhoff is a malt house worker transporting barley. There we go. We've gotten through it. They're coming out now. Damn, yeah, that's a real problem. Hopefully that gets fixed. At least they're all able to figure out what they need now. But, yeah, so we'll just reassign everyone back onto this. I'll get our malt house workers on again. We need it for the ale. We don't have any clay, actually. We could actually start to import some. Tavern keepers can go back on. The granary's full. So this has been fine. It's been full for a long time, and they seem to be coming and going just fine. Maybe it's just a really odd, rare bug when a lot of people are hitting something at the same time. Or it could be something to do with how I've assigned them, but... yeah, that one was a bit trickier to get them unstuck, but they're okay now. It can really halt your economy, because they can't get anything then, you know? So, now there's going to be a backup and a delay. Let's get people off that now. Alright, so... what is it? It's August. Wow, July just flew by. I didn't even get to see it. Dude, where's our crops? What's going on? Crop growth 100%. I've seen it in the game before. There's supposed to be like golden fields. We don't see any of that. Why? Maybe it happens like really last minute or something before they're about to be harvested. It's not supposed to, but that could be what is happening. So what do we have here now? People transporting, waiting, praying. Oh, is our church done? Oh yeah, it is. Oh, it looks lovely. Yeah, super nice. Cool. Yeah, disappointing about the fields. I want a big, nice screenshot with all the fields here, you know? It'd be beautiful, perfect for a thumbnail for the video. It's kind of what we're all about here, building this big farm. So these guys with the absolutely massive plot, they should definitely be assigned to the farmhouse. It's going to speed up time. I want to see what happens here. It is August now. So we're still summer. But autumn is when we should see harvesting, plowing, and sowing crops. Now, it does say there could be potential droughts. But there definitely wasn't a drought, right? It's been raining so much. Normally when they're planted, just like the vegetable patches, you see the little sprouts kind of popping up. You know? But we didn't get any of that. We've been robbed, I feel like. Been robbed. Tell you what, just as a test, I'm going to save it and then load back in, because with crop growth at 100%, I'm hoping we get to see it. Alright, we're back, but no growth, no joy. That's super interesting, by the way. I just saved it and then reloaded. I've noticed this before. It's just changed it to daytime. I don't think the day and night cycle, it is purely cosmetic, I know that. But I thought it was still tied to the beginning of the month, the end of the month. But I guess not. I guess not. It is purely cosmetic. It doesn't affect, like, it's not like people are sleeping during the night and they go out during the day. So I knew it didn't have a gameplay effect, but I thought just for sake of clarity, it was always tied to the the month cycle, but I guess not. Guess I'm wrong with that. Oh, dude, I've been so robbed. How unfair is this? We don't get to see any of our wheat, our golden fields. It's an interesting one, though. It's not happening for barley either. I wonder why. Strange bug. I'll have to tell him about that one, too. That one might be a bit more known or obvious or something, though, I'd imagine. What a disappointment. Hopefully next year we get to see it. Maybe because it was planted during, like, a weird time. Because they did start all of this, like, the year before. Like, in like, November and stuff. What does it say down here? It says... Crops grow, possible droughts, harvesting, plowing, and sowing crops in autumn. Yeah, so they should be doing the plowing and sowing now, but we did it kind of late, I feel like. Oh, not really, actually. It does say November. I guess that's just what happened then. Alright, guys, it's going to be a little bit of an anticlimactic one, just because I never got to see the fields fully grown, but we are bringing in the harvest, so we're going to leave it there, and in the next episode we'll see our full take, and begin thinking about how we're going to... Well, what we're going to do with it. I assume, obviously, make bread and then sell it. That seems reasonable. But yeah, we'll leave it there. I feel like we got a lot done in this one, actually. The towns are growing very nicely. We're up to 23 families here, 69 population currently. And then in swords, we are now up to 243. We built out this entire extension, some vegetable plots at the back here. We solved some logistical errors, but we're also producing more tools, and we made some more weapons, so now we can field all of these units fully stocked, fully geared. They have everything. All of them have helmets and all of them have mail. Actually, it looks like we're maybe 6 mail short, so we could actually just go into the trading post and make sure that that's correct. Mail armor. Well, actually, mail armor, that's the surplus. We don't have any surplus of mail now. Oh, we do. Why is that? Huh, that's strange, because that doesn't count who's wearing it, right? So if we do this, we can see 174 mail. But that shows the excess, so I'm a bit perplexed as to why there would be 2 people in this unit that are not wearing it. And in this unit, there are 4 people not wearing it. So let's just pull them out for a second. We'll just speed up time till they get here. I want to inspect the troops. See who's not wearing what they should be. Hard to tell, because obviously it said something like 32 people were wearing mail. It doesn't look like that. It looks like they're wearing a lot of gambesons. So yeah, not sure exactly why 2 of them, or why 4 of them are saying that they don't need it, or don't want it. Because we have it in excess and surplus, but they haven't taken it. Maybe they just haven't moved it to their house yet or something. I'm not sure, but we'll just disband them. Let them go back to work. Oh, some of them live in the manor. Alright, anyways, we'll figure it all out. That's going to have to be it for this episode. I think, you know, we're building up nicely. We got tons of money. I kind of want to just rush a bit more population, and then we can maybe field an army and challenge the Baron. Just see what happens. I think we're about ready. There's no more bandits to be had, so I actually can't really get much more influence. I guess we could get more with the tithe. It doesn't feel like it's going up at all, though. So this says that percentage of surplus food that is given to the church in return for influence, 5. But what determines how much goes to the church? Like, all of this is surplus, right? So is it every month 5% of all your food just goes? If that's the case, it just feels like this hasn't moved in a long time. I know it's 1.7k, so maybe it's just going up very slowly. Money-wise, we're good, though. Oh, yeah, I tell you what. We're definitely going to double the retinue as well in the next episode. Spend all this money. And then we have room for mercenaries, too, actually thinking about it. So we can always, if we want to challenge them, just field the Wayward Sons, or we can look out for those messages that say that there's new mercenaries ready to go. And see if we can recruit them and just keep them on the side. Makes sense to me, but approval's back up, so we can get that population going much quicker, you know, as we reach over 75 again. Fill up all these extra houses. So yeah, a lot to play for. I'll be able to read your comments after this one, so let me know what you want to see. Do you want to see a quicker rush to go fight the Baron? I don't think, like, just being real, I don't think it's going to be, like, that big and exciting, but it might be. Might have a decent battle. I really don't know, to be fair, but I don't want to hype it up as like, oh, we're all going to like build up to the big Baron battle. For all I know, it could be like 100 people, we could steamroll them, or it could be the opposite. I don't know. Or would you rather I take my time and go a bit longer and build like bigger towns and stuff? You can still play afterwards, but I'm just saying before we attack the Baron, would you like to see more town building, or is it about time now? You just let me know. Let me know in the comments, and we'll kind of gauge an assessment of how people feel about that. All right, that's gonna have to be it for me. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.